Can you imagine floating in the middle of nothing? No sound, no air, no floor beneath you, just an infinite, deadly silence all around. Now swap that for being trapped in a broken submarine 10,000 meters deep, in absolute darkness, with alien-like creatures drifting just outside the hull. Which scene gave you more chills? Between outer space and the deep sea, there's a silent rivalry. Which one is more terrifying? One kills you in seconds, the other crushes you without mercy. One is too vast, the other is too deep. And both hide secrets science can barely explain. So what's worse, the emptiness of the cosmos or the unknown lurking right beneath our feet? If you're into mysteries that mess with your mind and send shivers down your spine, hit that subscribe button. We dive deep or drift far into stories no one else dares to tell. When it comes to terrifying environments, most people instinctively think of space. It's cold, silent, and lethal. But what if I told you that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about what's hiding in our own oceans? It's not just a catchy phrase, it's a scientific fact. Over 80% of the Earth's ocean remains completely unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. That's billions of gallons of pitch-black water, crushing pressure, and biological oddities we've never even seen. In contrast, space, despite its sheer scale, has been studied with increasing precision. We've sent rovers to other planets. We've mapped the surface of the Moon in detail, but the bottom of the Mariana Trench, still a mystery. Think about that. We've taken high-definition images of galaxies millions of light-years away, but parts of our own planet remain untouched, unknown, and possibly unknowable. Why is that? Well, both frontiers present enormous challenges. Space requires unimaginable resources, technology, and training. But the ocean, it fights back in its own way. With depths that would flatten steel and darkness so thick it feels alive, the sea is a place humans were never meant to go. And yet, we try. Because in both realms, the endless cosmos and the crushing deep, there's something calling us. A need to discover, to explore the last places where the unknown still rule. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. Some of the most haunting discoveries weren't made in space, but right here on Earth, at the bottom of the sea. In space, no one can hear you scream. And that's not just a movie tagline, it's a terrifying truth. Space is a vacuum. There's no air, no pressure, no atmosphere to carry sound. If you were suddenly ejected from a spacecraft without a suit, you wouldn't explode like in the movies. But what would happen is far worse. Within 15 seconds, you'd lose consciousness. Your blood wouldn't boil, but your body would begin to swell, your skin freezing while your lungs collapse. Death wouldn't be instant, but it would be inevitable and horrifying. And yet, for many astronauts, the terror doesn't start with death. It starts with the unknown. During multiple space missions, trained professionals have reported hearing strange knocks, metallic bangs, and even whispering sounds outside their spacecraft, where, logically, no sound should exist at all. Chinese astronaut Yang Liwei, during his 2003 spaceflight, described hearing a knocking like someone hitting the hull with a wooden hammer. When he looked, there was nothing visible, nothing explainable. But maybe the most terrifying part of space isn't what we hear, it's what we see. Take Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth, raging for at least 400 years. Or the exoplanet HD 189733b, where it rains molten glass sideways at 8,700 km/h due to violent winds. If Earth feels dangerous, these places are the stuff of cosmic nightmares. And then there are black holes, the ultimate cosmic predators, regions of space-time so dense that not even light can escape. If you were to fall into one, time would distort. Your body would stretch into what's called spaghettification. You'd be pulled apart atom by atom while possibly witnessing the end of time itself from your perspective. The scariest thing, we don't really know what happens inside a black hole. Some theories suggest it might be a gateway to another universe. Others say it's the end of all physical laws. Either way, crossing that event horizon is like walking into a cosmic execution chamber. And while we imagine aliens in fiction, the silence of space may hide something far worse than little green men, nothingness itself. An eternal, empty cold with no end and no meaning. A place so inhospitable that even light fears to travel there. But now, let's descend, not into the stars, but into the earth, because what waits below might be even more unsettling than what floats above. Now, imagine this. You're inside a reinforced submersible, descending into a black void. The sunlight fades quickly, swallowed by the ocean's depth. At just 1,000 meters down, it's already pitch black. By 4,000 meters, the pressure is so intense it could crush a car like a soda can. And yet, you're still not even halfway to the ocean's deepest point. Welcome to the Hadal Zone, a part of Earth so extreme that it feels more alien than anything we've found in space. Down here, temperatures hover just above freezing. The pressure exceeds 1,000 times that of sea level. No light penetrates. And yet, things live here. Bizarre, nightmarish creatures with translucent skin, bioluminescent organs, and mouths lined with needle-like teeth. Some have never been seen alive, only glimpsed through deep-sea footage that looks more like science fiction than science. One of the most disturbing discoveries was a sound. In 1997, underwater microphones picked up an ultra-low frequency noise near the Pacific. It was loud, louder than any known marine animal. Scientists named it the Bloop. For years, they had no idea what it was. Some believed it could be a giant, undiscovered sea creature. Others, more skeptical, suggested underwater ice quakes. But the mystery remains, because nothing that big should be alive. And yet, something made that sound. Then there are the brine pools, underwater lakes of super salty, toxic water resting at the ocean floor. These pools are so dense that submarines can float above them. They look like portals, and anything that falls in never comes out. Explorers have found entire ecosystems down there, completely separate from the surface world. Bacteria that feed on sulfur instead of oxygen. Fish that can survive where sunlight never existed. Life forms that evolved in total isolation and may have no genetic relation to anything on land. Even modern submarines have suffered catastrophic failures under this pressure. In 2023, the Titan submersible imploded during a dive to the Titanic wreck, a chilling reminder that the deep ocean doesn't forgive mistakes. And while the silence of space is cold and vast, the ocean feels alive, like it's watching, waiting, hiding things in its folds that were never meant to be found. So here we are, two frontiers, both lethal, both unexplored. But which one is truly more terrifying? It's strange, isn't it? The deeper we go, into the sea or into space, the more we realize how little we understand, and that feeling of being small, fragile, and completely out of control, it's what makes stories like these so haunting. By the way, if this kind of mystery grips you like it does us, hit the like button and drop a comment below. What's more terrifying to you, the abyss above or the abyss below? Let's settle this. What's truly more terrifying, the vast emptiness of space or the crushing alien blackness of the deep sea? To answer that, let's break it down into 3 chilling criteria. 1. Real threat to human life. Space is instantly lethal. One small breach in a suit or capsule and you're done. No oxygen, no pressure, no forgiveness. But here's the catch. Most of us will never go to space. It's dangerous, yes, but distant. Now consider the ocean. Boats sink, submarines fail, people go diving and never return. The ocean is accessible, but not safe. Its dangers are immediate and all around us. You can visit the beach, and yet be just a few steps away from a trench deeper than Mount Everest is tall. 2. Degree of the unknown. Outer space is unknown in its vastness. We can't comprehend its size or what might be out there, which is deeply unsettling. but deep ocean exploration has revealed just how unexplored our own planet still is. Scientists estimate that up to 2 million marine species are yet to be discovered. Some believe there could be entire ecosystems, possibly intelligent life, hiding in the depths, evolved in complete darkness. Space might have aliens, but the ocean might have monsters. 3. Potential for surprise horror. Here's the wild part. In space, the biggest fear is usually existential: isolation, nothingness, death. But the ocean brings physical terror, strange movements in the water, shadows you can't identify, creatures that look like they crawled out of a nightmare. For example, the colossal squid was once thought a sailor's myth until it washed ashore in Antarctica, with eyes the size of dinner plates and tentacles covered in rotating hooks. In the 1950s, the USS Stein was reportedly attacked by an unknown creature, and when recovered, its sonar dome showed massive claw marks, bigger than any known animal at the time. Some dismissed it. Others, not so sure. Now add in sonar anomalies, unexplainable structures seen on seafloors, and accounts of glowing creatures larger than submarines. And you start to wonder, are we alone on Earth? Or are we just not looking deep enough? At least in space, we expect the unknown. But when something unknown rises from the water, it shatters our illusion of control on this planet. And maybe that's the scariest part of all, realizing we know so little not about other worlds, but about our own. So, what's more terrifying, the silence of space or the secrets of the deep? Maybe the answer isn't so simple. Maybe the real fear doesn't come from the vacuum above or the abyss below. Maybe it comes from this: the fact that we're surrounded by unknowns, and that some places, whether out there or down here, are simply not meant to be understood. Think about it. We've mapped distant galaxies, but we still don't know what's crawling just a few kilometers beneath the waves. We dream of colonizing Mars, but we haven't even reached the bottom of every trench on our own planet. What if the next great discovery, or the next great horror, isn't in the stars, but right under our feet? And what if some things are meant to stay hidden? If this mystery got under your skin, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. What scared you the most? The cold void of space or the crushing dark of the ocean? Until the next mystery, stay curious and stay cautious.